for joining us all the way from United Kingdom to be part of this and to also talk about the rapaging issues facing the young artists in the music industry. A wonderful day to you, Israel, for joining us all the way from United Kingdom to take a look at so many issues happening in the music industry. For somebody who's been in Africa and now in UK, the experience is quite massive when it comes to talking about the music and also a performing act yourself. But let me hit the ground running, and it has to do with the fact that you spent over 2 decades working across the Nigeria and the UK music industry. From your experience, how has the global music landscape evolved, especially for African artists?
Thank you for having me, Tolu. It's a pleasure to be in the program. Youth can. Yeah. So to your question, two decades ago, African music was more of analog, and it was quite a challenge for artists to perform and get their songs out, do the recording and all that.
Based on what you said right now, we look at the impact of top musicians having on the drug abuse culture that we're experiencing right now. But in the middle of all of this, do you also think the influence of international music culture is affecting how young Nigerian artists and fans perceive success? I know. Before you get to talk about that, there's something I also want you to look back, because I know that you've been following music for quite some time. I look back to the early 90s and late 80s, when we had so many American movies coming to Nigeria, the hip hop, the Black American movies. It played a major role in how young Nigerians react into the environment. They want to feel like that. They want to be like the American movie actors and actresses, and that tend to also influence the way they act in the university. But today, we also see what is happening right now in the music world. Do you think the influence of international music artists also play a major role in how our youth react?
Yeah, thank you, Tolu. No, this is one of my passion, because I see, I've been in the music for over 2 decades now, and I've seen a lot of musicians end of their career early, or even some of them are even late due to abuse of substances or use of substances, and so I really feel pain when I see great talent. I like last year we lose a lot of them. A lot close friends to me that are very good musicians. So I'm really passionate when it comes to this, and that's one of my drive. You see, you asked a question about the international music artists or music world, how it influences or how it impacts the upcoming musicians. Yes, when you see a superstar that you're looking up to make mentions of loud, make mentions of some substance while he's doing his song, or you see them in the video or studio, and while they are in the studio you see them with their stuff. It makes them feel that's where they're getting the inspiration from. The young ones tend to think that, oh, it's part of the package. They get a lot of inspiration. Oh, that was the reason why this guy couldn't be able to hit that pitch. Oh, look at this. How a friend of mine was telling me, he lives in Abuja. He said that then I was in Abuja. He told me that after he has smoked loud or whatever they call it, after he has done that, he get an inspiration to
so many
when he's playing the guitar.
We have Colorado, we have so many names.
I'm telling you, so when he finished that, he plays the guitar, inspiration will just come in. That's how he plays the guitar. I was not like, then it was like an authority in the music then in Abuja as a guitarist. I was like, oh, really? He said I scored some of this hard music. I was like, oh, but now I play most of those George Benson songs. Many of them, I play them back to back, like word to word. I don't take any of this stuff. So I really need to, it's a passion for me to let the young upcoming and people I model, musicians that like they look up to me. They look up to me. I always tell them, you don't need any of this stuff. What you need is discipline and commitment,
Hmm.
consistency. You'll be able to achieve no matter. If I told people that somebody that is tuned deaf, somebody that does not understand anything about sound, if the person can be committed, consistent, and focused, with short time, he's going to achieve greatness in that same act that he's trying to achieve. So I keep telling them, and many of them are doing well, even in Abuja, without taking any of these substances. So, the international world has really affected. And not just the international world, even the local musicians, like when I mean local, I mean from Nigeria, you understand, they also affected the young ones. Now, if we can try as much as we can to avoid, even from your group, from your studio,
Your community,
yeah,
you
your
know, people that
community,
you yeah.
yeah, if you can drive this out, like what you're doing is beautiful. That the youth
Hmm.
can, they can. Once they can focus on it, they can achieve it with the
Hmm.
present opportunity that they have with technology right now. Yeah. So to
Okay,
answer your
but
question, it does
yeah.
really affect.
Okay, but do you think the top international artists do have a role to play in helping to reduce this the abuse of drugs, right? Do you think they have a role to play in that?
Yes, of course, they have a lot of roles to play, a lot of roles to play. When a young artist that is coming up, that is struggling with the pressure, uh, is trying to get the lyrics and is not getting the lyrics, it's not coming in, it's not flowing in, and he watch a song by any of the superstars he's looking up to, and he's like, um, uh, singing the song and he's talking about loud and he's talking about smoking and he's
Yeah.
talking about this.
Hmm.
You just feel okay, maybe let me try it. Maybe this is gonna help. And that's how it starts. Just one try and before you know it becomes an habit. So they really have a lot to play. If record labels, these big artists, they can come up and say, no, music is beautiful. Music need to be pure. The lyrics need to
Hmm.
be pure. The act need to be pure. We don't want to lose any of this talent to substance anymore. You know the story
Hmm.
about many of this. So I think they have a lot to do. A lot to do. Now you know the
I
story
see.
about many of these big artists. How it has affected many of them. You
Hmm.
know. Yeah, go on.
I would like to ask you this. It has to do with the fact that there's this so much talk about not gagging the media, not trying to censor the social media because it's a wonderful means for the young ones to be able to express themselves. But do you think if government comes out with a rule or a policy or a pronouncement that international music artists, especially that of Nigeria, do not smoke on social media, do not try to smoke or in their videos and stuff like that. Do you see if government decide to come up with that policy, will people not cry foul or not see it as trying to gag the social media?
Yeah, I think there's a policy like that you don't do most of the stuff online. I think there's a policy in Nigeria like that. But yeah, many of the artists, because some of them they still believe in it. It's going to go a long way to help if it's enforced. You understand what I mean? If it's
Yeah.
enforced, like um, you when you use some foul words,
Mm.
your song is not played. you know, if your video has to do with things like, substance, use of substance, it's not promoted,
Yeah.
it's not supported, if that's the right word, man. Then you see, it will help. But what will really help if we that are going higher every time and those that
Yeah.
are already there, keep trying to encourage the younger ones and show them the right path. It's just
Mm.
gonna help a lot. And the record label too. It's not just for one person to do. It's not just for the government. It should be a collective approach. It's a
Mm.
collective approach. Knowing that okay, now a friend died from um high blood pressure, high blood pressure or heart attack.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and And it was, because he takes too much alcohol, and that is exactly what led to his um blood pressure. He already had it, but he continued taking the substance, and it helped it finally the blood pressure, that is the right word, or finally affected him health-wise, and he died. And a lot, I don't want to make mention of them. I cried sometimes when I see this, that these are great talents. It was a video between me and him sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God. He can sing all of these old schools, sing them very well. And so it's something that we collectively have to fight.
Interesting. I know you are in the music industry based in UK. But one thing I think most times we don't talk about enough is the mental health of some of these artists. Do you think there should be a proper plan in place or a system where the mental health of some of these artists are being given up, are being checked, and also probably there's a place where it's easy for these young artists or even the mature, the ones that have been around, to go to a place where they can talk, express themselves? Do you think such a thing should be in place? Because we don't talk about it enough, the mental health of some of these artists, because the pressure is massive. Do you think we should create an environment, an enabling environment of that nature?
Yeah, I want to say clarity is king. Clarity is king. When you are clear, when you are sober, your performance is clean, it's neat. You understand? Yeah, although there are pressure when it comes to performing on the stage. There are pressure when it comes to performing on the stage. But, you know, it can be coped with continuous practice. When you have practiced a lot and you come to the stage, you don't feel the stage fright. You just deliver. The first time you might get it, you might come in, but after a while you just go over it. And you talk about the mental health of the musicians. It's a lot of pressure when it comes to you performing, writing songs, doing all this, a lot of work. If the record labels are willing to take 80%.
Away from the substance abuse and the challenges facing the young music artists, and someone like you who has also been able to experience what it's like in Nigeria and also experiencing what it's like in UK, do you think there's a missing point where the artists in Nigeria and those in UK can collaborate to continue to give us some of the best sound that we can think about?
Yeah, because right now the world is a global village, as we said, like we've already pointed out and we have agreed. And so I'm here in UK. My producer is over there in Nigeria, and the guy that does the mastering of my song is in US. So yeah, so the stage is really, really close. It's not far. It used to be. So right now, I'm a member of the MU Musician Union in London, in UK, and it's one of the things I'm proposing how we can get to encourage young artists from Nigeria that with talent we can hunt for this talent, this raw talent, and how we can get them to come that they can perform even in O2 Arena over here in London with their skills, that they can be of that same standard. They might be from Africa, not just Nigeria, Africa, and yet, but their standard will be an O2 standard. Yeah.
Interesting. That's nice, really nice. Okay, now let's talk about something. I know you have something cooking right now. Talking about new EP dropping right there. Tell us a little bit about what you have going down. I know Nigerian fans can't wait to have it. Listen to the sound in Nigeria right there. But first, how will you describe the kind of music you are into? Because most Africans will talk Afrobeat. Let me hear from you.
Yeah. Okay. I am a gospel singer, but it's a mix of Afro gospel. So
wonderful.
And because of my exposure to musical instruments, I play the guitar, the bass, and the drums, and parts of the keyboard. So my focus is more of the lead guitar. So my genre is kind of wide, but you can look at me as an Afro gospel singer.
Okay, interesting. That's really
Yeah.
nice to hear right there. So you have something coming up. When is it dropping, or has it dropped already?
Yeah, it's dropped already, and
Oh
I
wow.
have orders on the way coming. It's coming up soon, and the one that is out now is on all streaming platform. Is one True Odogwu. It's just
Oh wow.
it talks about encouraging people not to give up. That whatever you are doing, just keep doing it. I got this inspiration from my mom. My mom keep encouraging my late mom. She keep encouraging me. I remember when I was learning how to play the drums. It was difficult. Many years back. She would come and she would be clapping, singing for me, trying to guide me on, you know, when I feel tired and I feel like, no, I can't do it, you know, she will keep telling me that. So that is what the song is about, that you can do it, that you can do it. It's more about a woman with the issue of blood and how she persists and she continued and she was able to achieve her stuff. So the song is out there and it's already on my website, Israel Ogadie.
Interesting, right there, talking about something to, because we do need a lot of motivation at this point in time, and for so many young Nigerians who are going through so much, and I think that would definitely be uplifting. The fact that they have something they can relate with, because once people can relate with your song, it's easy for them to connect with the words, the lyrics, and everything. But do you
Yeah.
write your song yourself, or you have a songwriter who does those work for you? And also, do you produce your own beat, or you have somebody who does that? I know you said you play a couple of instruments, but do you produce your own beat and do you write your songs yourself?
Yeah, I write my songs myself. This the one to Odogwu, I was working in, and
Yeah.
while I was working, I was just like, the woman with the issue of blood, you know, I just started thinking about her while I was working, and then the inspiration come from there. Every day I go to work in the night, I'm just like, oh, put one or two words together, just like that, and that's how it just come. I might be sleeping, and I'll just get the song, and I just pick up the Bible or the paper, write. Sometimes do the voice recording on my phone. Then when the song is partially complete, I call my producer. I have a producer in Nigeria,
Okay.
Dennis. I
Okay.
called him and tell him, oh, there's this song out. It's right presently working on the song now.
Oh
We give
wow.
him the song, they produce the beat. I'm a producer, but you know, you can't do everything yourself, you know.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
I just call him up and he does the production. Then I also have a friend in the US that helped me with the mastering.
No, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So that's
But
connectivity we are talking
but
about. You're in
yeah,
UK. You're working with somebody in Nigeria. You're working with somebody across three continents.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
massive one right there. But in the light of this, for someone like you already have an experience on what it takes to be able to push your music out there. There are so many young people who also find it difficult. But what role do you think TV, radio, and also the digital channels do have to play in pushing out music, in helping young artists to push out their music?
Yeah. I think they have a lot to play, a lot to play. I used to tell my friends that no matter how bad the song is, if
Hmm.
people keep hearing that bad song, which I don't believe there's any bad song, but if
Yeah.
people keep hearing that song, with time, people will sing the song. Even the person that was complaining about the song will end up singing the song and dancing to the song. So they have a lot to play. Our mind is registered, is programmed in such a way that whatever they hear, whatever they see, hear, whatever he sees, hear, and you know, it forms his vision and perspective about that song. So about that thing. So whatever, if the media, like your
Station.
your station or your or I call it now, let's go for it. Your platform. If your
Okay.
platform, like what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
it goes a lot of way to encourage young artists and help them out because people will hear their voice.
Mm-hmm.
Without the media, without the telly, without the media, without you guys, it's just like it's like somebody singing in the dark place in a room. Nobody hears you. Nobody's gonna hear your song. And if they don't hear your song, it's nothing. So one of the way they can also encourage is if they can make it easy for them, like cost. If they can make it easy for them, if they can do programs like talent hunt, you know, hunt for this young talent. You see some young boys, they don't have when to go to the studio. They're just in the street. They're just giving the vibe, the groove, just in the street like that. if there can be a program, and if there can be a program or an open mic where people just come and showcase their talents, it will go a long way to really encourage artists.
Just before we let you go, finally, what will be your message to so many young Nigerian artists and fans about success, discipline, and protecting their talent? What will your message be to them?
When I say talent is enough in the sense that you don't need any other substance to make it work. It's not enough where you need to refine it. You can have this gift, but you need to be refined. You need to continue to work on it continuously until you can, it becomes just like a gold. You need to refine it. You need to work on it until it becomes shiny. That's when people will like it. But the raw gold, nobody wants it. Nobody likes it. You're like, oh, what's this? People might just pick it up, throw it away. But when it's already refined, everybody wants it. So talent is enough when it comes to substances, but talent is not enough when it comes to performing. You need to refine it. Then clarity is king. We don't need to heal the art. We need clarity. We need pure performance. We need to be sober. You understand? So yeah, and you don't need to. The high feeling can last for a moment, but why the action, the clarity, the performance is forever. The talent or the art, the talent is forever. So I think we should work on the talent more. The young artists, that they can actually do it without any substances. And if anyone is struggling, they should worry. They should not bother. They should just give it time. With time, consistency, commitment, and focus, they will be able to achieve whatever they want to achieve musically.
I must say big thank you to you, Israel Ogadie, for joining us all the way from United Kingdom, and also talking to the youth of Nigeria to realize that drug substance abuse is not the solution, and they don't need to feel that they must abuse substance before they can be top artists. You can be clean. You're a wonderful example of that. You can be clean. You can take yourself away from all this and still be able to deliver at the topmost level. I must say big thank you to you for joining us all the way and for talking to many young Nigerian youth who are also thinking about going into music. And for some who also wants to go into gospel music, you're doing Afro gospel, and I definitely love to hear it. And also we also get our audience to also have the pleasure of hearing something that you already dropped, though it's out there right there. But for so many of them, you also have the pleasure of listening to that music. We also give them that pleasure to also enjoy that sound coming from you right there. Thank you so much, Israel, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Telo. Thank you, Telo.
Long years to carry the pain. In the shadows you hear the chain. All the doctors that couldn't heal, native doctors that couldn't treat, but in a heart you the hopes to read. There's a healing, the whisper of a healer that is greater than every other healer that is coming to town now. That you said to yourself, if only I can touch the hem of his garment, I know I'll be healed. Just one touch, just one touch, one more step. Our faith arose, our healing she kept. She called him Odogwu. She cried overdue. They called him Odogwu. I called him overdue. Every time I just want to get me to. His love give me joy, we are not free to understand though. That's why I don't need no other God, no other God. His love give me joy, we are not free to explain no. He's the one that never leaves the one. He lives in 99 just to save the one. Him be the one with the call overdue. Him be the one with the True Odogwu. He's the one that never leaves the one. He lives in 99 just to save the one. Now him be the one with the call overdue. Now him be the one with the True Odogwu. He's the one that never leaves the one. He lives in 99 just to True Odogwu. He's the one that never leaves the one. He lives in 99 just to set the one. Now he be the one when they call overdue. Now he be the one when be True Odogwu. He's the one that never leaves the one. He lives in 99 just to set the one. Now he be the one when they call overdue. Now he be the one when be True Odogwu. Call him Odogwu. Odogwu, Odogwu, Odogwu. Lover of my soul. Overdue, overdue, overdue. Anchor of my life. Odogwu, Odogwu, Odogwu. The center of my joy. Overdue, overdue, overdue. We call him Odogwu. Odogwu, Odogwu, Odogwu. We call him overdue. Overdue, overdue, overdue.
And that's it on Road Can. Stay with us for more programs here on ITV. My name is Ogutime Tolulapo Ogutime. Thanks for watching.
This is ITV. Certainly.